and he got into the boat with them. And immediately there was a violent storm on the lake, so that the boat was being swamped and covered with the waves, but he was sleeping soundly. And they came and woke him up and said to him, "Do you not care that we are perishing? Do you not care that the boat is being swamped?" And he got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Peace, be still." And the wind and the waves obeyed him immediately. And he rebuked the disciples for their unbelief. "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" Let's take a closer look at this passage. This is Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41. We find the disciples and Jesus in a boat, and a violent storm has broken out. The text says that the disciples are panicked. They're afraid, and they should be. They're in a small boat in the middle of a raging sea, and it appears that they're taking on water. So they come, and they start to wake Jesus up, saying, "Don't you care that we're going to die? Don't you care that the boat is sinking?" Or as some translations render it, "Don't you care that we're perishing?" And what does Jesus do? He rebukes them. He says, "Why are you so afraid? Why do you have no faith?" Then he rebukes the wind and the waves, and the wind and the waves obey him. Immediately the storm ceases. Calmness comes over the sea, and Jesus shows his disciples, who have just been terrified beyond measure, that he is in control of the storm. We can learn several lessons from this passage. First, we see here that Jesus is in control of the forces of nature. When he speaks, the wind and the waves obey him. The one who created the wind and the waves will certainly be in control of them. Second, we also learn from this passage that God is present in the storm. Some people think that when bad things happen, that means that God isn't there. But the fact that Jesus was sleeping in the boat with his disciples shows us that he is present in the midst of the storm. And though the disciples didn't realize it, Jesus was right there with them in the boat. He wasn't very far away on the shore. He was right there with them in the midst of the storm. And so we can take heart and be encouraged when we're going through difficult times, because the presence of Jesus is right there with us. But third, and perhaps most important, is that we see here that the disciples lacked faith. They were fearful. They ought not to have been, because Jesus was there. And if Jesus is there, then everything is going to be all right. If Jesus is in the boat with us, if Jesus is in the situation that we're facing, then we can have the assurance that he is going to see us through. So when we're facing our storms, let's remember that Jesus is in the boat with us. Let's remember that he is in control of the winds and the waves. And let's remember that he expects us to trust in him, to have faith in him, even in the midst of the storm.